My name is Jamie Burton, and I'm the Liberal candidate for Kitchener-Waterloo. Thank you very much for having me today. It's a pleasure. Three things. A little bit about myself. I am a tech company owner, and I have developed Dolphin to be different. And I absolutely believe that the potential of our community and our society is dependent on those who attend these schools and enter these walls for the opportunity of learning and experiencing all of that is brought to them. And that's how I've lived my life. I've developed a tech company to focus on technology, obviously, and innovation, but in a way that speaks to a social need. We've developed a strategy that speaks to removing barriers for people with disabilities. I have not seen such encouraging space than the walls of the institutions of learning in our community, and I'm committed to seeing that continue. And I feel that everything that I've learned in business, and everything that I've learned raising 4 children, and everything that I've learned from the valuable mentors that I've had in my life have brought me to this moment, at this place, at this time, with the leadership of Kathleen Wynne, because finally we have a leader that is about the people of this province, and I absolutely am convicted that she is our future because she cares, and I do too. Well, I think we have taken a lot of steps to ensure that people can afford education. We've invested in ensuring that these are the finest institutions in many respects. We've added the 30% reduction in tuition for many students and actually have increased accessibility to some of those funds for even more students. We've made sure that there is a cap to ensure that if your tuition costs above that amount, that you do not end up paying for that. And I believe that that is clear indication that we want to have opportunity for all. We will continue to advocate and invest in education because it is one of the 3 most important things to the success of our problems. Investing in a proactive measure in our youth and allowing them the opportunity to grow themselves to be the best that they can be means that we will all benefit from that in the future. We've also established in this budget a $500 million 10-year plan to invest in the infrastructure. I walked into this building today. I haven't been here since I was 23 years old. Fascinating that it feels exactly the same. There's a lot of good feelings here, but I also saw that there are things that need to be addressed in the infrastructure. And I think that that is not the most important part as far as the learning and the investment in the person, but it's your environment. You're living here. This is where you are every day. So it is as important to ensure that you have the facilities that you need. And we've clearly indicated our support in that regard as well. I think I'd like to continue with the accessible learning. So the online component for those that can't either come to the physical location or need to have considerations where whether it be accessible to a physical location or whether it's just a learning curve in their life. I think we would like to encourage that there's the opportunity here to demonstrate that school is about much more than just coming to a classroom with a professor. I think we can clearly see that there's a new dynamic. We invest in what I consider to be a teaching and a learning where we look at the facts and then we look at the opportunity of how do we take those facts and apply them to something that might meet a social need. And I do see that happening here. There's no doubt that I would like to see continued focus on social entrepreneurship, social ventures. I think that I would like to see the continued investment in some of the accelerated programs that we've established because that speaks to that innovative space. And we all know that young minds are the most creative, given the opportunity to create. And I think that that is going to continue with the Liberal government. There's no doubt about that. Absolutely. I'm encouraged. I have to say, you impressed me this morning with your questions and your recommendations for the government. That tells me that there is a lot of good that's happening here. I'm encouraged by what I see, as I mentioned, greenhouse. I work in technology. I hear a lot of things every day around the tables of how sometimes it's challenging to understand millennials and how do we incorporate their eagerness and their different way that they work into the workspace. And I was just sharing a moment ago, for me, the perspective is how do we learn to work together? How do we value everyone and their perspectives and their abilities and encompass it into a model that speaks to everyone? I think that you have demonstrated in your recommendations and in your intent that you really do speak for everyone. You want opportunity for everyone, and that is what I am seeking. I am seeking to become MPP so that I can continue to focus my every energy on ensuring that everyone does have an opportunity to reach their full potential. That means with education, socially, economically, because we all benefit from a model that allows us all to achieve our best And that's when everyone will receive the best from everyone. And I'm committed to that approach to government. Government is for good. I think we've lost sight of that over the years. I think we often look at government and see it as a place of destruction and fighting instead of what it's truly meant to be. It's meant to be a place where we invest in policy that develops us. It doesn't detract from us. And at this point and at this time, I have no doubt that it is the youth that are going to make that change happen. I see exciting things with how invested you are in this caring community. I mean, I can't imagine what we would do without the volunteers of this youth. So I actually challenge the youth of this university. I'm asking you to seriously look at this election as an opportunity to invest in your government. It is important. It does impact your education. It does impact the buildings that you come to school with. I am going to challenge students. I would like to see 80% of students vote in this election. Vote. Be convicted about what you believe in. Be convicted about what you want to see in your future, because it is your future that this province is about. Kathleen Wynne talks about the future. She talks about the vision of making sure that we are all taking care of each other. Well, I believe that the students in this community can make that happen. And I'm asking you to look at the facts, ask for a plan, ask for executables, make your government answer your questions. Tell them that you are invested because it's your future that matters. I'm already an old dog. I only have this much more time to invest in the things that I care about. And I am very committed to ensuring the success of this province for my 4 children. And you are that future, and I'm invested in you completely. I challenge you. I would like to see 80% of students vote in this election and vote with your intent.